Well,
Yeah, let's just go now. Let's just end the show
all
now.
aboard the Amtrak of adulting. Ain't no brakes on the freight train. Holy shit, everyone. We're back with a new episode of World 1-1 Podcast. Joining us tonight, the wonderful, amazing sound technician that makes this all possible, Eddie V, the Chocolate Thunder, wonder from down under, full of blue. Praise be to Jesus. Oh, Lord and Lord is Eddie V.
oh my goodness, I love Titanfall 2 so much. Oh, and hello everybody. Welcome.
And joining us from north of the border, fresh off the insanity of, beating on the floor over in an apartment over an insane house party, it's our resident snow Mexican, Adrian.
These intros have been getting longer and longer with every episode.
See, hold on. Okay, I got a problem with this. Because, okay, when I say everybody, it's the caramel Connecticut, oh my God, da da da. And then whenever we say the snow Mexican, well, these intros are getting very long. Just like, really, Adrian?
Well, I don't know. I kind of like snow Mexicans. They sound really cool.
Caramel Connecticut.
But I don't like caramel.
Why you didn't say that?
I don't know. I
something
never
like-
did.
We can get rid of caramel Connecticut. I can still go back to butterscotch Broheim.
Oh, God, snow.
But see,
Snow Mexican.
Adrian
Snow
is the
Mexican
Mr. Werther's original.
Oh, God. And so it
It is
begins.
the Daddy Toffee Trejo.
why do you think we're a train wreck of professionalism?
All aboard Amtrak, motherfuckers.
Of
No
adulthood.
ticket.
Oh my
Ugh.
goodness.
So, great big pile of shit to go over tonight, but let's start with what the fuck have you all been playing? Adrian, what have you been playing? Because we haven't heard from your ass in a while.
Not much. Mostly like Rocket League every now and then. Other than that, I participated on Extra Life.
Yay! Congratulations.
Not last weekend, the weekend before that. And I played tons of Mario Maker. I won a Mario Kart 8 tournament.
Yay!
Although I did finish last night, I was at a friend's house. I finished Gears 1 for the first time. That was a fun game.
It's very repetitive, but yeah, it's fun.
Well, we just finished it in one sitting, so I didn't get time to get annoyed. Just tons of shooting.
And Eddie, what about you? What's been in your disk drive lately?
I have been playing Titanfall 2. I just picked up Blue Dragon. Just picked up Wolfenstein: The New Blood. Been playing Phoenix Wright, the latest one. I haven't cut on my Wii U just yet to return back to Paper Mario Color Splash and Tokyo Mirage Session. I will be getting to those games like very soon. I've been playing Destiny because I'm doing my 40 days of Destiny, and goodness, you have to go to World 101 Facebook page, you guys, and click on the links and read my 2 weeks because you will understand why I have that grown. Like I said, Titanfall 2 is the best. Played Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, did a mission and a half and haven't popped it back in. I'm about to start Watch Dogs 2, and I'm about to start Batman Telltale's Adventure until Friday. Once Pokemon Sun and Moon come out, I'll have that. So I'm kind of juggling about 15 games at the moment, or 10 games at the moment. So yeah. That's what I've been playing in the past couple of months. Oh, and Gears of War 4, I'm still playing a bit.
In other news, Eddie discovered the secret to have more time in a day.
Yeah, it's called making sure that you work in the morning and that you don't have to take your sister to work. You can actually come home and do the stuff that you need to do because she works overnight.
Fantastic. The fuck have I been playing?
Geometry
I was
Wars.
just sitting and playing. Yep, was just sitting and playing some Geometry Wars 3 before we started the show because I found an awesome physical copy of it at Walmart for $20. Totally worth it. Also, finally picked up a physical copy of Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition for a whopping $20. Also fantastically worth it because not only is the game in the box, but there's also a physical copy of the soundtrack in the box, and that makes me way happy.
Oh, that's really good.
Great music. Oh my god. Anybody that loves a good Metroid game needs to play Ori and the Blind Forest because, damn it, it's good.
Can I also make a music recommendation? If you have not, there's a game called I Am Setsuna on PS4. It's a digital game.
Yeah, I watched a Let's Play of that, actually, a couple weeks ago.
That soundtrack is jaw-dropping gorgeous. I'm like,
Oh,
my
absolutely.
goodness, this music is so good. But I'm sorry, Derry, to take. I just wanted people to know about the title and know about the soundtrack. It's something to really relax to if it's going to help you, if you need help sleeping. It's just so good. I love. Oh goodness, I feel like I need that Dragon Quest VIII soundtrack.
What else have I been playing? Off and on, I've been playing a little bit of Michael Bay's Ridge Racer Split Second.
I love that discussion.
That's the only explanation for that fucking game, but it's fun. I still like Split Second.
It's a good game.
No, it is. I like the format. I like the backdrop. Pitching it like it's this awesome, reality action racing show thing. It's ridiculous, but it's entertaining for that very simple fact. Yeah, everything blows up and everything wants to kill you, and it's a racing game. It's fun. But yeah, that's been a lot of what I've been playing. I don't think there's been much else. I dinked around with a little bit of Shadow Complex again. A little bit of Castle Crashers here and there, just some small stuff that I can pick up and play for an hour and put back down again. Because I haven't had a whole lot of time because everything's been really busy. But yeah, that's been a whole lot of what I've been playing. I also found a copy of DJ Hero 1 for the 360 at my local game store with an immaculate controller pad for that for a whopping $8.
I got the one
that
for,
because that game has everything from Daft Punk to fucking California Raisins.
I still have the game for Wii with the turntable and the game.
Oh, it was a good game. It just got buried in the fact of poor timing because everyone was so burned out on plastic controller everything, and the Hero name had kind of been run into the ground by Activision at that point. And that was kind of the last nail in the coffin until, the most recent iteration of Guitar Hero came out. So, no, I still think it's a fun game. I like it.
Yeah, and Adrian, I am going to return to Gunvolt. I do have that on my 3DS. I just need to start playing it a little bit more.
To Gumball? Yeah, I didn't get stuck, but I started dying on a level. I don't remember the number. Like a couple of times, and then you just had to put it down, and I've been so...
Adrian? Oh, there we go.
So you look and see what the... So, big thing floating around in the last couple days. Talk that Breath of the Wild is not a launch title for the Switch. They're saying that there's still a fair bit of work to do in terms of localization and whatnot in finishing that. And we're looking now potentially at a 2017 window somewhere between summer and December, quite likely at this point. My immediate thought, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think, but my immediate thought was kind of feeling like maybe they pulled the trigger on doing a E3 that was nothing but Breath of the Wild out for over at this point, and that could have been better spent on, what maybe was left for the Wii U, actually talking about the Switch. God, what else could they have done besides that? Oh, I know. Almost anything would have been helpful. But, thoughts?
It's a rumor at this point. I don't think they're going to delay it. Because I know they really want to get this game out with the probably like maybe a week or two after the Wii U's release, or probably release it on both days. And we'll probably find out on the 12th of January. Nintendo's not saying anything about it. I think even if they delay it, that would be fine, because hopefully more systems will be in people's hands, and they will still be really and ready to get this game, and maybe more new content it will be in the Switch version.
I don't know. I when they said that the Breath of the Wild was coming to the NX, I never expected it to be at the same time. I don't know why people thought it was coming out at the same time, but that was something that everybody was like, "Oh yeah, so March is the release of Zelda." I'm like, is it though? I don't think so.
I think because of the Wii U version being done, and with that being like the Switch in March being the whatever release date they have, that would be a system seller. So they
it's like though the Wii U version isn't done. Like neither version is done, because from what they're saying, the holdup at this point, or the delay, is for localization, which means that's going to be an issue for both versions.
Well, I wonder who's if they are doing localization, I wonder if they're going through 8.4 Play, or if they're doing it internal, because I don't think they normally don't have a problem with localization. If that is the case, I know people would hate that it get delayed. If they actually delay both versions, I kind of would be happy, because for me, definitely as a person who has to not only play Persona 5 and Horizon for both games for PS4, I mean, there's a lot on my plate that I gotta try to get done before that game is released in March. On top of Mass Effect Andromeda coming out close to it, so I would rather just be like, okay, you know what, I am still got to Switch. Zelda is delayed to June. Good. That means my summer could be dedicated to that game alone for the summer.
What do you think that's going to mean, though, for initial sales on the Switch? Because I'm betting you everyone was banking on picking up the Switch because, at launch, because they were going to be able to get their hands on Breath of the Wild for this thing at launch. And if that's not there in that launch window, they've got a major deficit. And potentially that could have some long-term effects, because if they don't have a solid install base, a great launch coming out of this, we could just as easily see a repeat of the last several generations of hardware, where third parties look at it and go, I don't know.
Well, you know what? And this goes for any console. I think one game system seller isn't there like it should be. And I think if the Switch comes out at a reasonable price, it works from day one. People are getting a good idea of it. You see a lot of people start carrying it on the go. If Nintendo stocks it, as much as they can, not like the NES Mini. We'll probably talk about that later on, which I have, everybody. But if they could,
and Eddie's going to give it away in our new contest.
Good luck on that contest, everybody, because you will not be getting it. I got an NES Mini. It's called the Wii U. You can buy a majority of the games on it, and you can get
all the games on.
And you get my Nintendo points for it also. but it's just like if even if I feel like even if um Breath of the Wild doesn't come out for a Switch on time and it comes out at a later date, that's completely fine with me because there's like I said, there's blockbuster games for it. If the price of the system is good and they got reasonable games that work, that that's not problematic or anything. You don't have to wait for loading times or installment times and stuff. I think people would still pick it up and be like, yeah, this feels fine. I'm having fun with my friends. It controls good. There's completely stocked. A lot of people are getting it. If the marketing is done well and other games play good, I'll be good to go. I think that's what people will want. It would suck that it's not on Switch at the release, but I'm just like, think about it. You got almost a whole bunch of, you already got the first half of 2017 packed with exciting games. Why not get Zelda in June and be able to dedicate a whole summer to explore a vast world like that? Don't forget, this is something new for Nintendo themselves, doing a Zelda game in the open world. So you want to kind of get it right because it's big expectations for it.
I'm more worried about the Switch not coming out with a Mario game at launch. I think that's far more important than Zelda, really, because Mario is more recognizable to the mainstream media than Link. So if you don't have a Mario game when that system launched, I mean, the Wii did well, but it was the Wii, so I don't think it's fair to compare.
So that dives into my next question. Assuming that Zelda doesn't make it at launch, what do you think Nintendo needs to have at launch to keep it from bombing out of the gate?
Skyrim.
Mario.
I don't think they need Mario. They need Skyrim.
Maybe Skyrim too, but Mario.
I think. Because I don't know how the sales are for Skyrim on PS4 and Xbox One, but if Skyrim is a big game to win the audience over again, and they could play that on the go, and they add new features and customizable things that's not in PS4 or Xbox One, that would be the ones to get. That would be like kind of almost the definite. And to play it on the go for long road trips and stuff, yeah, Skyrim would do it. Skyrim would be the one. I'm not saying that Mario wouldn't sell or anything, but I think we need to see more of it. And it has to be something that's like so mind-blowing that we haven't seen in a while. Don't get me wrong, I'm already would buy Mario, even if it doesn't come on day one. Like, I would literally get the game whenever it drops.
Now, do you think we'll see something at launch along the lines of like Switch Play or Switch Land, to something that's there to showcase what the system does, the way Wii Sports did or Nintendo Land did?
No, we won't see nothing like that. I think getting the feel of the system would be, and getting the idea of its concept is what's going to sell it, not the games itself. Because the way that we see it in the video, be like, oh, that's a really cool concept, a cool idea, and Nintendo really trying to bring these games to the system, and they can handle it. I think that's what more people are happy about. Not saying that Nintendo Land and Wii Sports and stuff wasn't successful, but they needed that game to get the idea of what you could do on that system and how much fun and innovative and how different it is from the other consoles. And cater to people who never tried a console, but it's so simple and easy to just pick up and play.
Right on. So, Adrian, this next one is for you.
Yes.
We want to talk about Mario Run because I know you've been bitching about this today.
Yes.
You're feeling my pain, Adrian. How I feel about Destiny, like
Yeah, I think I said pretty much everything that I had to say about it, but Just ask the
Well,
question, I guess.
put out there for anyone that hasn't caught this yet. Pricing and release date for Mario Run has been announced. It's coming out next month, and it's coming out with a free sample version, essentially, where you get to try a little bit of all the bits of the game. But if you want to get full access to all of it, unlimited, it's a whopping $9.99, which raises the question: how do you feel about the price point? Is it a big deal? And what would you have wanted out of it different, if anything?
I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Adrian.
So when I first saw the news, first of all, I woke up late today, and by the time I woke up, there was already many conversations around this. So it was like a crazy morning at the beginning for sure. But once I saw the video, I was just like, oh man, this game looks a lot cooler than they show originally. I'm very much looking forward to this. Price, it is a premium price, like not, especially on the mobile market, not many games are priced that high. There's some that are like way higher though than $10 for sure. But my problem started when I went to the comment section. And I should know better. Never, ever, ever go to the comment section of something you love. And I just started reading people complaining about like, oh, $9 is too much. This game should be free because it's a runner. Nintendo wasted their time. This is garbage. They didn't do their homework. Blah blah blah. And like I took it to Facebook to basically just say a quick few words about it. You can read it on the Facebook group for sure. You can just go to the World 1-1 podcast Facebook group. You can read it there. I think it's pinned and everything. If we pin it, I don't remember if we did, but I'm pretty sure it's at the top of the of the group there. But basically, the idea was me saying how expensive games are to make nowadays. $9.99 for a game that you're buying once, where afterwards you don't have to see any ads. You don't have to see any pop-ups or prompts asking you to buy coins or gems or whatever to get an extra turn to play some more. You don't have any of that. And you know what? Like, people are thinking that the mobile market should all be free. I never thought that way. Even to this day, I think we could have sold Tuna Cycle for more than $1, but I mean, I was outbought to just sell it for $1. I still think that the work that we put on that game is worth, at least $3, I think. But the reality is that most people in the mobile market think that the games should be free to play, or they should have ads, or they should just be free, or there should be just $1. That's the standard, right? And I think Nintendo's trying to break free of that. And I'm very interested to see more about it for sure. But that was kind of like a little rant, just in a couple of words. But they're doing something really smart, which is what you said, Larry. They put in a demo, which is not really a demo. It's like, I think it's the first world that you can play, and then it prompts you if you want to buy the full version to keep playing the other worlds. The game shouldn't be compared to an Infinite Runner because it's more of a puzzle platformer, because you have to find the best path to get more points and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be like really, really cool, and I can't wait for December 15th to play some more.
Right on. I think the only thing missing from Mario Runner, and I really do hope that somehow they figure out how to incorporate this somewhere down the line. It would be brilliant if Mario Maker got an update to where you could start building levels designed specifically for Runner, and then release them out into the wild, and they could show up on Runner.
Well, I could see that. To talk about the pricing thing, my thing is this: y'all must pay $40 for No Man's Sky, and that was broken out the gate, and y'all complained about it. This game from Mario is $10. You know the quality of Mario games. You know how much care Nintendo puts into it. They're not trying to rip you off with microtransactions. They're not trying to rip you off with ads or anything. They're trying to give you a fun and enjoyable experience that and show you the hard work and creativity they put into this game. If you mad about it, don't buy it. You know, you guys. If you made it a big deal that this game is coming to an Apple product and soon to Android, okay, fine. Don't get mad at the price because they put some work into it. They used a lot of assets. It wasn't just something quick that they just gobbled together. You know, I feel like the quality that and the hard work that they put into it is going to justify the $10, and it's going to probably get challenging later on. Why would Nintendo want to drip feed you content? They're not all about that. So, my thing is, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Now, I don't have I got to get a new phone, and hopefully I'll just go get an iTouch. I'm going to buy Mario Run. I would literally go. My mom has an iPad. I would go and make sure that she has the game full on, so I could play it. Because I want to experience what it is. I'll spend the $10. Heck, I spend $10 on eating McDonald's, and that's not even healthy for me.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's the way I see it, really. It's you can buy garbage to put in your body, or you can buy a really cool, interesting game to play on your phone.
Right.
Unicycle.
Exactly. That's how I'm selling my game.
You're welcome for that, by the way.
Yep.
So I mean, it's good. Well, the bad thing about it is that Mario Maker for 3DS is coming in December with, like you said, Larry. I would say that if you could use the 3DS version for it, if not, I say down the line, maybe for Switch, it integrates with mobile and 3DS. That, Mario Run is now available for the Switch for $9.99 if you want to, but if you have levels from Mario Maker for your 3DS, and you can incorporate it or even put the code in that you get for making your levels. Hopefully, Wii U codes will work on it too. Any code that you still have that works, put it in. If they even give you the option for the Wii U and 3DS as the update, like you said, Larry, make worlds that's going to fit in Super Mario Run. Like,
I think that would require an update on the actual Mario Maker side for them to say that, here's the format that you have to work within in order to make this work for Runner.
Right. And I would be cool with that. It's a simple game. You jump with you press the touch screen with one finger and he jumps. How hard is that? And if the game really gives you a challenge and it gives you your money's worth, then what's the complaint? And my thing is, if you're going to complain, don't buy it. But then don't complain and still get the game and be like, this is an amazing game that I'm having fun with. Or spending your bus ride or a car trip or whatever playing this game.
On the contrary, just give it a try by yourself. Make your own opinion. Don't wait for others to tell you if a game is good or bad. Play the demo. It is free to play after all, and then make your goddamn mind.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, too, is, you have that option to play some of it first before you spend any money on it. And dear God, I miss the days of, 360 and PS3 where almost everything coming out had a fucking demo.
I know.
That shit's not happening anymore, and that's tragic.
Well, it's not like I will actually venture to say like way before the PS3 and Xbox 360 era. Back on the PC days, you could get demos on magazines and like honestly everywhere. Everything had a demo.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I know the Ouya was a fail, but their idea of everything must be free to play somehow or free to start was brilliant. You could download part of the game, just play it, see if you like it, and then buy it yourself. And that's something that has been lost for a long time, and I still have no idea how that happened.
Because I think mobile has made people's expectations to how I want how I state this. Like it made their expectations that like you guys been saying, like every time a game comes to mobile, it needs to be cheap or it needs to be free to play. And not everything needs to be that way. Just because you're used to it, don't expect that another company who is getting into the mobile market is going to stick to that business practice, because it just doesn't work for them. You know, they got to make a profit. If they're going to put all this hard work, it shouldn't be. They kind of feel, in my viewpoint, 99 cents is a disgrace. It's kind of a slap to Nintendo.
Yeah.
And to me, it's not about getting sales on how many copies you could get. It's gonna be like if they make, like you said, Adrian, you guys worked on Tuna Cycle, and you feel like that's a $3 game because you guys invested a lot of time and a lot of effort into it, and to get the reactions that people give you, kind of $1 is, $1. I feel like it's the entryway. You know, if you're gonna pay $1, okay, we're gonna give you 1/3 of the game. Because if you're gonna treat our product like this, even after the free to start or the little demo, if you're gonna give us 99 cents, we're only gonna give you 99 cents worth of content. If you want the full game, pay the $3 and experience everything in full. Because we can't do that with video games. For consoles or even for PC. The only time that we can pretty much do it is if we're doing an adventure game, like something from Telltale. You know, we can't do that with indie games. Just to give them we expect them to put all their hard work. So the game that they come out needs to be only maybe $2.99 or less. Like we don't do that. We have to pay a premium price because they got to make money off of this product. Yes, Nintendo got money, but they still got to make money off of this product.
Yeah, I mean, it's not enough to just, have money. When you're a company like that, you have a responsibility and an obligation to your shareholders to continue to grow their business, and, that's what happens. And I think you're right, too. I do think the mobile market has ruined a lot of, standard expectations of what a mobile game should be. There's so much crap out there that really is only worth 99 cents, which, is still at least 49 cents better than the crap that 50 Cent put out. But
wow. And the thing about it is you're going to get imitators trying to do the same thing as Super Mario Run at a cheaper price. And it's going to be garbage. Well, guess what? You want garbage because you want to give us that price. They're going to feed you garbage. Because just because something is low in price doesn't mean that the game is always going to be good. If there was a magazine for just mobile review scores, goodness, shoot, that thing probably would be like 600 pages for like $40 or something.
And then every review score would be 2, 2, 2, 2. Oh, this one's a 3, 2, 2. God. That's the thing. That's the big difference. Is that, so many people, when they put something out, with the intent of getting it on mobile and selling it for 99 cents a pop, they put about 99 cents worth of fucking effort into it, and you're going to get a 99 cent game out of it. garbage in, garbage out. Meanwhile, what you're most likely going to be getting with Mario Run here is going to be something that's of a higher caliber quality than your usual, run-of-the-mill mobile game that you downloaded because it cropped up on the free page on the App Store somewhere.
And how long is these 99-cent games going to keep your attention compared to what Super Mario Run might do? Super Mario Run might be 30 good levels, and it'll probably keep your attention, and you probably want to get better in practice and try to get on leaderboards and be able to show off on the stuff that you could do. You can't really do that with a 99-cent. Really, Flappy Birds? It looks like
I still play Flappy Bird every once in a while.
But it looks like a Steam game, a Steam Greenlight game that failed. And how long does it keep your attention? Like, are you going to be playing Super Mario Run for at least 2 to 3 weeks and then forget about it? Or are you going to play a 99-cent game that you only play for 5 minutes and you might not even think about it because you're on Facebook or Twitter?
But yeah, there you go. There's some thoughts on Mario Run. But I figured it needed to be talked about because that shit happened today.
I feel your anger, Adrian. I'm sorry.
No, when they commented about it, right? Some people were saying, and I mean, it is unfair to get mad at people's opinion, right? Like, everybody really is entitled to have their opinion, whatever. I should accept that. I think I took it too personally because as an indie developer and as a mobile developer at the moment, I just don't like when people just think that something should be either just be given to them or should be at a price they think is worth and not see past, how much work it was put into it or like the time it took or the investment that it cost to make such a thing, right? It's like going to a museum and say like, oh, this painting, it should only be $1. Like, just shut up.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah.
I'll get you a book of some watercolors and tell you to go sit in a corner with a dust
on. So, other thing to touch on in the Nintendo department, the Switch is apparently opening up for pre-orders in a few places, including some price points are being shown. Obviously, we don't know if those prices are carry any real weight to them because there hasn't been any official announcement yet. But we're seeing Canada price points showing about $329 in snow Mexican money in.
I like it.
Yeah, we could definitely do snow pesos. So, the official new currency of Canada, the snow peso. So, in any case, what do we think? Do we think that there's any merit? Do we think that maybe they're getting close to the mark here? And also, how long do you think we're going to see those pre-orders up before they vanish and go the way of the NES Mini pre-order?
The leak came from a what's the name? From a Toys R Us online retailer page, I guess. It's weird, but I'm not surprised. I think everybody was saying like, hey, if it's like between $199 and $299, that's gonna be like a really sweet spot for the console, right? $250 worked for the Wii. Like, it really worked for the Wii, and I think it can really work for the Switch. 250 is 329 Canadian, which is not great, but it is our own fault that the dollar is so garbage right now. But 329 is still cheaper than the Wii U, which means that the Wii U is going to have one hell of a price drop in Canada, and more people are going to be picking up an amazing console, and then they're going to be picking the Switch because I don't think that is a very high price, to be honest, considering how the cheapest option after that is an Xbox One for, I want to say, $399 in Canada.
That's a terabyte?
Yes, I think for the 500 gig, the cheapest option is $379?
Ooh,
Question mark?
Y'all still higher than us.
Well, yeah, it's always going to be higher than you guys.
Good googity moogity.
You got to remember the conversion from the U.S. dollar to the snow peso.
Yeah, exactly. Like $379 is what, probably like $300 in the U.S. So it's not. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I mean that's going to be really cheap, and I'm just building a gaming PC. Like tomorrow, I'm finished building it, so I'm gonna be very happy that I didn't spend money on anything else other than my PC. And next year, I'm just gonna buy a Switch, and I'm gonna have the best of both worlds. I'm gonna have the best third-party games on the best platform you can play them, and then I'm gonna have a Switch with all the best exclusive there are. So that makes me extremely happy.
I still think it's gonna be $349.99, and.
Well, like in the U.S.
In the U.S.
No, that's way too high, dude.
If Nvidia is talking about how great their tech is, with their processing and stuff, it's going to be $349.99. I think with the dock, hopefully with the dock, the screen, maybe the Pro Controller, but the Pro Controller is going to probably still be separate. I think $349.99 they're going to go with it.
I could see it getting as high as $349.99, but I don't see it higher than that. I think that's the high end of the spectrum. I'm honestly bracing for between $3 and $350. But Adrian, you touched on something else that I wanted to hit on too.
Strippers?
I'm really suspect whether or not the Wii U is going to get a price cut when this happens, because on the backs of the discredited rumor that Nintendo was discontinuing production on the Wii U, about a week later, Nintendo says, "Yeah, we're discontinuing production of the Wii U."
In different countries, but not in North America. To clarify that, so we're still.
Yeah, I think it's Japan. Yeah. I think it's just like Asia right now, and then soon maybe Europe. Yeah,
it will be last because we still sell a lot of Wii U's.
Like the Wii U. It's not the greatest, the most competitive console out there, but it still sells pretty well, especially during the holiday season. Yeah. Like the last weekend, I think I've sold like probably like between 5 and 8 consoles, like Wii U consoles. So that's not a bad number for just like a weekend.
Yeah, I've literally had to scan Wii U's from my job. And I actually got some reorders, and I'm almost out. And this is going to be before Black Friday.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if there will be a price cut. I think it will be really smart. If there is, of course, not right now, but like once the Switch comes out, then yes, just drop the price of the Wii U, just like they did with, or just what they do with every time a new iPhone comes out, right? The new iPhone gets a premium price, and then the one before that just gets dropped by like $200-$300 cheaper, right? So I think it will be a smart idea if you lower the Wii U price to like, I don't know, like $100 less here in Canada, which will be around like $70 in the US. That will make a lot of people that are kind of like on the fence about it, they will probably buy it at that price, right?
Yeah, they would.
especially because I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Eddie, but like I'm guessing that all the Wii U's that you guys have on your store are the Mario Kart 8 bundle, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like, if you're buying a Wii U, which is like $100, $70 cheaper, and it comes with Mario Kart 8 already packed in, yes,
And
give me that.
don't forget you're getting the extra DLC that we had to pay $12 to get and enjoy. So I'm just like, y'all must is getting a steal.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you got.
I think that if they're smart, we'll see a price cut. With any luck, next month, because I think it's a last hurrah and a last opportunity to really start pushing them. Start pushing them out the door before the switch happens, and I think after the switch happens, there's not going to be much looking back at that point.
I don't think it'll be a price cut. I think they're going to go sales.
Yeah, for like Black Friday and stuff like that.
Sales.
Yeah, I don't think the price drop will happen until after the Switch comes out. I really doubt it.
And they're probably dropping.
I would say move to wait for that.
I would say that even with it being $299, I think they would drop $100 off and make it $200 for maybe a week and a half. Like if you catch some good sales about the system, I think they'll drop it like to $200, and probably would be like, you get the system that comes with the game, but you also could get half price or 40% off on another game, or you could get this certain game free if you buy the Wii U. Like Nintendo's gonna probably start rolling out the discounts for the Wii U for people that have, because they normally do. Like we're not even getting a Black Friday Wii U like we did with Splatoon and stuff. So it's just
man, that was a sweet deal.
The $99 new 3DS.
Yes. So and I think the only one they're doing this year is the lime green Yoshi one. I think that's the only special edition.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, for Nintendo, they're going to be pushing out the deals and stuff. Definitely, like with Amiibo and some of their old games, and they're probably like hype up to some of their classic games. Be like, you guys could pick this up for even a cheap discount on Amazon or something like that. Like they're going to be really pushing it. So because they want to get rid, they kind of want to make space for the Switch. They want to move as much product as they can, still make a profit off of it, and then be ready to be like, okay, we cleared out our inventory and stuff. Now it's time to focus and market more on the Switch and put it out there. Because hopefully on January 12th we see how the box looks, and I personally cannot wait till it comes to my job so I could actually get my hands on it. And just be like, ooh. And don't forget, everybody, I know a Nintendo rep who's going to have the system maybe and might let me try it out.
So, I'm telling you, man, if I was working in the marketing department at Nintendo, I'd be in a meeting telling them, it's like, all right, look, guys, we got to set the stage for this shit. And this shit should have been happening 3 months ago. What should have been happening is a selection of Wii U games like Splatoon, Mario Kart, Mario Maker, and Smash. Don't go full blown, classics, dirt cheap, $20 level, but give those 4 big titles
$50
a blanket price cut down to $40. Then, so you started spurring some interest in those 4 games again. Get a few more people picking them up that we're sitting on the sidelines, and then beginning in November they should have gone Wii U $200. Bam, there's your Christmas boom. You're pushing them out the door. They've come
Larry,
down.
Can I say something?
And on top of that, you can take that $100 that you saved, and you can pick out 2 or 3 of those games, those benchmark staple Wii U titles for $120 for 3 of those, and stick them all under the tree for about, $20 more than it would have cost you to buy just the system, or that it still does right now.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, a couple of those benchmark titles, like Splatoon and Mario Kart 8, we're all looking at ones that are probably going to see a re-release on the Wii U, get people pumped up for it, and go, oh shit, this is awesome. It's on the Switch now, and then I can totally take it on the go. Fuck yeah, I will rebuy that too.
But Larry, really, if you're in the marketing department, you're gonna be trying to get them to make a new Metroid. Stop it.
That's true.
I'm working in the development department.
No, let me rephrase that. You're gonna try to make them make Metroid and a new F-Zero. So come on.
Yeah. No, I would be in the hiring department first, talking to Milton and his crew from AM2R, going, we have a blank contract for you. We would like you to sign it and set your own terms, please.
Nintendo Japan will
I would
fire
be
you.
starting right there. And then I'd be on the phone with Sega and be like, hey guys, you remember that awesome F-Zero game that you guys made for us like a decade ago? Can you do that shit again?
Wasn't that arcade or no?
GX and AX were both Sega.
I thought that was Namco.
Nope. We've had this discussion. That shit is Sega.
Oh, wow. Oh. Well, clutch my pearls. I don't know why I've been saying that lately.
So, in any case, but yeah, that I think would have been the smart thing to do for them, to give them a really great holiday boom, especially since obviously there's some supply issues with their other big holiday caveat. It's not like they're losing money on it, but they certainly could have been making more if they had done a better job stocking and supplying that shit. But, look who we're fucking talking about here. If you're shocked, raise your hand. Yeah, thought so. So, in any case, no, this, and I guarantee you, they're sitting on a stockpile of these things that aren't moving at any reasonably rapid pace. You could be flying these fuckers out the door, at least making something up on them, and then on top of that, discounting it, you're going to get people buying up games to, throw with it to put in a stocking somewhere. That would have been fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But no. So, and anyways, that's my rant. That's my tangent on the subject. In other news, yeah. So we also started kind of talking about the NES Mini here. Obviously, great big issue with supply. Nowhere near enough out in the wild to really fill any kind of demand in any meaningful way. And we're hearing too that we may not be seeing a resupply until possibly after Christmas. Thoughts, feelings? Eddie doesn't give a shit because he's got one. I think Adrian died because he didn't say anything.
Look, it's the game is on. Don't buy one from scalpers. Don't pay a high price for it. Literally, just wait for the system to come out if you're so really want it. If those games are available for Wii U, regardless if you're going to pay $60 or not, are you going to be playing all the games that's on that system, or are you just going to be playing a few? I know you want to do it with your kids and things of that nature, and I completely understand that. But hey, just everybody just wait and be calm. The game will come out. I mean, they're going to be making more.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're probably going to see plenty of them flood the market after holiday, quite potentially, to the point where it actually satisfies demand, and there's more from there. But I think, as irritating as it is, I think what they did was actually kind of smart, because it's going to get a whole lot of people clamoring for it, and with any luck, that clamoring and that demand will carry into the new year as stock starts trickling out again, quite potentially seeing on a smaller scale the success that the Wii had just because of the scarcity.
Yeah. I think then this is just my assumption. I think it'll probably be 2 to 3 weeks that we get a restock for it, because it don't look like it's going to take much to make the system again, to ship out. But hopefully they, I'll give it to Nintendo. Try to do their best. They didn't expect people, because my thing is this. People been hard on Nintendo for their consoles and some of their games recently. So why does a old school console like this makes people want to come out and buy more? Like kind of now want to show their support for Nintendo. Like what happened to the support for the Nintendo when the Wii U came out? Like why haven't you got some of their past games and stuff? I understand that a lot of these games been available on the eShop, but there's parents and stuff who don't even know about the eShop. And yes, even though this is kind of like a plug and play and it's nostalgia, to me personally, not all the good games are on the NES Mini. I mean, you got a collection of good games and stuff, but they've been available for people to play in the past.
Well, keep in mind, too, let's be honest, as much as we want it and we love it, that thing was not made for us. That was made to grab the lapsed audience. And by God, it did.
You did, yeah.
So,
sorry, guys, I had a little connection issues there. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I got a connection for you.
Hey.
Give you the Mexican connection.
Hey.
Congestion, what's your function? Yeah.
Oh, fuck's sakes. Anyways, something else that we touched on just briefly, and I actually had intentions of getting to a little bit deeper. Word on the word to the wise, word up on the street is that the next Telltale game in the works is Guardians of the Galaxy. Any hopes, any thoughts, any excitement? Are you hoping that they go, off of the film or more off of the comic book series itself?
Pretty much don't care.
Really?
If they do their own story like Telltale has been doing, I think it will be cool. But until they don't fix their stupid engine that doesn't work, I won't play another Telltale game.
Uh-oh. Somebody's got issues with Telltale.
Yeah, their games are awesome. They have very cool stories, and their artwork is spot on sometimes. But my God, is their engine garbage? Like, it's so slow and jaggy, and it lags all the time, and it drops frames. It's just like all kinds of run. I don't get it.
So pretty much everything that Bethesda and Rockstar makes, correct?
No, Bethesda nor Rockstar drop frames like Telltale.
Oh, then
no, they don't. No, they don't.
No.
Here's a thought for you on that.
Skyrim on PS3, because who?
Okay, no, hold on. That was the PS3 awful architecture. I'm talking about PC, man. Like, even on PC, Telltale games don't work.
PS3 was a little bit powerful than Xbox 360.
Yeah, but it was harder to develop for because of the architecture.
Because folks was lazy during that time.
Here's a more important question for you, though, when it comes to this kind of thing. How much does it really actually matter, given the nature of the way that the Telltale games are done? These aren't super, action-oriented games where, keeping the frame rate locked at, 60 frames per second, is a huge ordeal. These are games that are a little bit slower paced, a little more thought out, more story centric. Take about 30 seconds and make a choice for a character, kind of thing.
Well, the problem, at least with me, is like I have a somewhat older computer now, and yes, I've been playing games since the Super Nintendo days, and I am very familiar with slowdowns on games. Mm-hmm. As long as it doesn't take you out of the experience, the slowdowns are fine. Problem with Telltale games is that you make a decision, and the game tries to load. It's like, are you kidding me? We're in this scene already. What else are you trying to load? Like, what's going on here? It just takes you out of where you are at the moment. And in a story-driven game like The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us, which again I was super excited to play, and as soon as it slowed down, I was just like, I can't play this anymore.
Is that mostly on PC?
Sorry?
That's mostly for PC, right? Not really console. What? Telltale Games development, like it's janky on PC, but not janky.
No, it's on consoles, dude.
I hope this. Well, I'll see because I got Batman the Telltale game, like I said, and I'm gonna install it tonight. Like after, we have our good conversation that we're having now, and I'm going to try a little bit of it and just see how it is. Because I haven't played the Telltale game since Back to the Future on the Wii, so kind of want to see how it is like now on a system like Xbox One or PS4, like a little bit more stabilized.
Still jaggy. It's not great. They need to fix their engine. I think they should just like destroy it and start again from the ground.
Destroy it and start all over again.
Yep.
Just take it to the orphanage and go to another adoption agency. Yeah, but Guardians of the Galaxy.
So last thing I want to touch on, because I haven't had anything for this in a good, several weeks. I want to touch on Here's the Pitch for a minute, because I've got something I want to bring up here. And to be completely honest, it's not really game specific, but I want to pitch something just from a company idea. We need so here's my brilliant idea. What we need is a company to start manufacturing blank NES, Genesis, and Super Nintendo cartridges, along with the read-write ports with just a direct USB connection, so that you can actually take and, great, brilliant for indie developers. You can buy, an order of maybe like 100, 200, 500 blank carts, make a Super Nintendo game, or an NES game, or a Genesis game, and you can read-write them onto those carts, print yourself some labels, slap them on, and you can actually sell out physical copies of NES games and Super and Genesis games, because those physical systems, are getting back into people's hands because of stuff like the Retrons and whatnot, and things like the Superboy. I think there's a brilliant untapped market for that, and I think that for a lot of us that are buying stuff like the Retrons, these are the people that pay attention to this kind of thing and want to go back and visit that and would love to have a new 8-bit Nintendo game or a new Genesis or a new Super Nintendo game to play on their old system.
So like a homebrew game? Like a homebrew?
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm telling you, man, you could very easily, I can only fathom that there's got to be a market out there for it where, a company could potentially buy the rights, I can only suspect, to manufacture blank cartridges and the read-write ports, and sell those to indie developers at a reasonable cost, so that way they can make their game and stick it on an NES cart and put it up for sale somewhere and say, hey, I've got this super awesome indie game. You can buy it for $5 on Steam, or for $20, I'll ship you a physical copy that you can plug into your Super Nintendo.
There are companies that do that already, though.
It seems to me, because I know there's been a couple, but I almost wonder if part of the reason we don't see more of it is that there isn't really a readily available supply or manufacturer of those blank cartridges.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think if that was out there, I think we could and probably would see a lot more of that. Because I would totally pay for that.
I would love to make a Super Nintendo game or an NES game.
Actually, one other thing that wasn't on the list in the show notes, but I'm just curious because it's been a while now. Adrian, do you get to talk about sales numbers for Tuna Cycle? How it did?
I don't have them with me though, but I can try to find them for next week.
Well,
just
Adrian,
in general.
Can I also ask, do you have an indie watch for something?
No. Oh, yeah. I now remember. I was just like, hey, hold on.
Are we really doing this?
Yes. I forgot about it.
The professionalism.
No. Recently it was announced, and it comes out this Friday, which is a weird day to come out at the same day as Pokemon, but, I mean, that's just the way it is. Rambo, which is one of my favorite indie games and one of my favorite Wii U exclusives. It's not exclusive anymore because it's coming to Steam, which is like great, but kind of disappointing for some reasons. Disappointing because Steam got rid of. They used to have like a 4-pack or like a party pack deal that you can buy, so you can buy like 4 keys of the same game and then give the other ones to your friends. That doesn't exist anymore. So if I was super excited, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna buy 4 keys, gonna give it to my friends, we're gonna be playing Rambo online. That can't happen anymore. So, but yeah, it is still it is coming out. I think it's gonna be $15? Question mark. Don't quote me on that. And yeah, it's gonna be on Steam. I'll be able to play with my friends who don't have a Wii U. So that makes me really excited.
And you had another game also.
Okay, now I'm lost. I don't remember what the other game was.
My goodness, everybody! SteamWorld SteamWorld Heist is gonna be on Steam.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That's the one that you mentioned. You didn't mention Runbow.
Did I really mention SteamWorld?
That's
really?
What you mentioned. Yeah, that's what you mentioned in the chat. This is the back behind the scenes stuff, everybody.
Oh, I don't remember.
SteamWorld Heist and SteamWorld Dig are coming jointly to the Wii U as well.
Yeah, I seen the physical copies.
No. I did say Rambo.
No, you said SteamWorld Dig.
No, look at this. I'm sending you a screenshot. But yeah, SteamWorld Heist and SteamWorld Dig, I think they got released just today. Today's Tuesday, yes, on Wii U physical copy, so I am super stoked to get my hands on that.
Question for you on the subject of Runbow. When does the Wii U physical copy for Runbow hit?
I think it's out now.
Is it? I haven't seen it.
I got 2 copies.
Watching it, I haven't fucking seen it yet.
Yeah, I got 2 copies that came to my job. So it should be
really
out. Yeah, it should be out by the time this episode is out.
What's the price point on that? Is that $20?
I think so. I didn't get the. I got to check it tomorrow for price. It was very weird that we got it. I got it at my job, but it didn't come with a street date on it. So I was just like, Oh.
Okay, Ed is right. It is out. I am very sad because it's not available on any retailer here other than Amazon, and it is sold out on Amazon. That breaks my heart.
But you own it already for the eShop.
Yeah, but I wanted a physical copy, so every time I go to like a friend's house or something, I can bring that as a party game. Instead of bringing my Wii U with my hard drive.
Really? Are you going to bring it, Adrian? Because you know you'll just bring your Shovel Knight along and tell folks to
No, why would I bring Shovel Knight? It's a single-player game.
Because you want to see people play
it. Then it's co-op.
You want to see
No. I hate watching people play Shovel Knight. Everybody's so bad.
But see, that's what makes it fun.
No, it's not. It's so terrible.
It's absolutely infuriating when you're playing Shovel Knight with somebody that fucking sucks.
Can I ask a question?
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Does it infuriate you to the point where when you go home, you start playing it so you can like recuperate from the badness that you just witnessed?
I can't stand watching someone awfully play.
I'm talking about, did you go home and play it so you can forget the memories?
Oh, I play Shovel Knight more than I breathe. But anyway, no.
Say that Shovel Knight has taken your social life and potentially dug a grave for it and buried it alive.
Does he have a social life?
That shovel?
I don't have a social life, please. Oh man, I'm just super sad that I miss Rambo. I don't think I'll be able to find it though. Let's see.
Will.
Sure, we'll come around again.
I don't know. It's Canada, man. We don't get many stuff.
You know, there's always the Amazons.
They're sold out.
It's sold out on Amazon. That's the problem.
It'll restock.
There's always strippers, so you know.
There's always strippers. What?
Well,
I mean,
you know, strippers tend to make most people feel better.
See,
who doesn't feel better with a pair of nice titties in their face?
But see, when their pimps come along and try to smack them, you know, they gotta run and sometimes hide in different colors so that the pimp won't see. So, but that might be a different. And no, everybody's not beat them, eat them.
Eddie's gone off the deep end. Eddie's just lost his fucking mind. Eddie's envisioning like fucking stripper, you know, a pimp named Slickback, keep the pimp hand strong edition of Runbow.
Can I tell you that I actually posted him on my Twitter page after Trump said something ridiculous, and he said something about the black people, and I put a picture with a pimp named Slickback putting his glasses down, looking at the screen. Be like, did you just hear this? Black people, black communities, did you just hear this nonsense that this man is saying? Oh yeah, he mentioned why the pimps don't get taxed, and we was just like, wait, what? I was just like, pimping is illegal. Why are you trying to tax something that's illegal? You're not supposed to be pimping.
Not illegal in Nevada, and frankly, it should be legalized everywhere. Sex work is legitimate work.
Well, depending on
There's
how
my
the girls look.
thing today.
Which is funny. That brings me to Cops. I've been watching it. I cut it on my Xbox One. I was watching on YouTube and seeing the prostitution stings and stuff, and just laughing and be like, "Ooh, y'all pay $150 for these ugly hookers? My goodness, y'all could have did better at a sex shop. These hooks, they don't got no teeth. They hair like Jap, and they want to charge you $150. Wow.
Well, see, they're doing it for America. You put a flag over their face and do it for your country.
I guess. Oh, I forgot. Hi, Adrian.
Oh Lord. Anyways, I'm out of shit to talk about. We've hit everything I wanted. Guys, anything that you want to do?
Well, let's do our plugs. Adrian, would you like to go ahead and plug your stuff?
I think Adrian died again.
Oh, goodness. Well, Larry.
Yeah, he died again.
How would you, go ahead, plug some stuff for World 1-1. There's some great deals and stuff that you've been posting.
Actually, deals have been a little on the slow side, a little on the quiet side. I'm sure everything's going to fucking blow up for Black Friday.
Yeah.
If you pay attention throughout the internet, you're starting to see some of the Black Friday ads leaking out already. Watch those, make your plans accordingly, or, you know, be the smart person, and for fuck's sake, just stay home and go do Cyber Monday. That being said, you know, if I do see anything super outstanding, I will totally post it up on the Facebook page, along with the other assortment of things that are coming out there. Today, you know, we had some wonderful stuff getting posted by Adrian and by Eddie. Some delightful original written content that you should all definitely go read. Destiny is not my bag, but it's still a cool fucking read. Go check that shit out. Adrian has some, you know, wonderful thoughts that he shared some of with us about Mario Run and all the bullcrap that everybody's bitching about with the price on that. Stop bitching about the price on it. It's going to be an awesome game, and it's totally worth more than $10. So shut the hell up and buy it. Other than that, yeah, like us and follow us on Facebook, whatever the fuck Facebook makes you do for our page. Beyond that, we are, of course, out at archive.org. Links are on the Facebook page. Also up on SoundCloud. I got to talk to Adrian again. The goal is by the end of the year, the beginning of next year, to get the RSS feed for the archive site fixed so that we can string that directly to YouTube or iTunes rather, and get that shit going right proper. So we appreciate everyone that's been holding with us for that. In the meantime, I swear to Christ, it's coming. It's just we're in the middle of fucking holidays. It's not going to happen until January.
Yeah, it's sorry. I just came back. It's not easy to get that set up, and it's something that I've never done. So it is taking time. I do apologize to everyone for that, though. I shall try my best.
Don't apologize. It's the fucking holiday season, and we're all busy.
Yeah, Adrian,
I guess.
Go ahead and plug your stuff. What you got for us?
NBC Video Game Book Club. Go on the Facebook group. Join there. Play games with us. Then let's talk about it. TheFirstMachine.com. Follow all our social media. And
that's it.
I don't think I have anything else to plug. That's it.
So, everybody, I'm going to plug my stuff. I have my own podcast, Optional Opinion, which you guys can find at the NovelisRadioNetwork.podbean.com, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and other podcast apps. I'm also part of Team Nerd, so you could check out Podcast Connected that I do with Corey and Kyle. Corey from DNA Network. .net.
I oppose Team Nerd. I'm on Team Geek instead.
Oh, wow. Did you say kinks? Did you say kinky geeks?
No, Team Geek.
Oh,
Team Nerd and Team Geek.
Team Nerd. I do write for Team Nerd and do the podcast. My next one, hopefully you guys will be able to check out, will be Titanfall 2. And I am working on Watch Dogs too, so hopefully I'll be getting that one together. You can find me on skirmishfrogs.com, where I write a series called The Moment, where I talk about retro games and how it affect my personal life. Continue to check out World 101. I'm doing 40 Days of Destiny, so I'm journaling all my experience with the game, and I'm trying to be a little bit satirical, a little snipey, but a little bit fair. They're great reads, so do check it out. Week 2 has just released, so do check it out on World 101 Facebook page and laugh along with it, and hear some of my thoughts about it. I write my optional opinion blogs on optionalopinionblog.wordpress.com. I think that's it. So you can check it out there. Also, I write on IGN.com under anime, ENIME, where you can check out optional opinion blogs there. My next feature is not ready yet. It will probably be one in December. I just haven't got any ideas yet and stuff, but I will have a new feature for 2016 ready to go in December. You can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode. You can you can join me on Xbox Live under the Lyrical One, capital D A capital L Y R I C A L, the number 1. You can friend me on PSN as Okamical, OKAMICAL, and we do optional opinion and capital letters, all one word. And you can find more information on our World 1-1 Facebook page. Other than that, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. We thank you for the discussions that you're having with us. Thank you for the commenting. Thank you for enjoying our podcast and laughing along with us and hearing our
Eddie,
thoughts and stuff.
Speaking of laughing, did you hear Watch Dogs is getting a spinoff?
What's it called?
Listen, Cats.
Oh, God.
Well,
yeah, let's just go now. Let's just end the show
all
now.
aboard the Amtrak of adulting. Ain't no brakes on the freight train.
And with that, everybody, have a good week, have a good weekend, and we are Oh my goodness, I can't stand you. I'm still trying to recover. I'm still trying to recover for the AM2R episode. What and your thoughts about that?
Helicopter penis.
And with that, everybody, we are out. Bye.
Bye.